5 here in Montreal. Let's send you to McMahon Stadium and join Gord Miller and Matt Dunnigan, Stamps and Lions.
Picked up the kickoff at the 10-yard line. The Calgary Stampeders, 4-0 in the year, will have the ball at their own 24-yard line. And so Bo Levi Mitchell looking to make CFL history tonight goes to work. Starters to watch are brought to you by Napa Auto Parts, where custom advice comes standard.
Gord, you mentioned a 7-0 start. He's been nothing but spectacular in learning this game early on. But I tell you, there's a lot of room for improvement. He's the first to admit it. You got a new running back behind him, and Martell Mallet, welcome him back in the league. He's been gone for the last 4 or 5 years. And Marquay McDaniel is a receiver that Bo Levi Mitchell will lean on, as will any quarterback if he's in his huddle.
So the injured BC Lion on the opening kickoff is linebacker Josh Johnson. For the Lions, that defeat last week at home to Winnipeg, one of the worst they've suffered on their home field in some time. And the Calgary Stampeders, meantime, are terrific here at home. They've won 15 of the last 16 regular season games here at McMahon Stadium.
Yeah, this is a tough blow on them all right from the beginning. It looks like Elambibian takes out his own guy, as he's going to go into him low, trying to make a tackle. I think his 40th tackle in the year in the East League with 39, but that's tough beginning, losing your starting strong side linebacker, first-year player out of Purdue, but they got another one they're high on, and Torrey Williams.
Also a first-year man out of Purdue.
Absolutely, Gord. And so Purdue is manning the strong side linebacker position for the BC Lions, as Josh Johnson is down after the first one.
On first down, the give goes to Martell Mallet in his first Canadian Football League game since 2009, when he played in the playoffs as a BC Lion. He picks up a gain of 7.
Yeah, and why not challenge those guys in the middle? You look at Eric Taylor on the outside and Khalif Mitchell. Those two guys you're looking there on the graphic, they're playing the inside for the BC Lions, and that's where Calgary just attacked the football. Solomon Elamimian is right behind them in the linebacking core, reaping the rewards of the two big guys down low, cleaning up the lanes for him to fly to the football.
Second down, the play fake, and Mitchell throws it out wide for Marquay McDaniel. The pass bounces away from him. Ronnie Yell was there on the coverage, and the Stampeders will be forced to punt.
Yeah, you want to be able to go to this guy. He's number 3 receiver right here, and Marquay's just going to go to the boundary, and this is a catch that should be made, and this is a catch you expect Marquay to make. It's just a little 2 route, as we call in the pattern tree, an out route, and he puts it on the money. It's put on the ground. Not the start you're looking for when you ask for the football after winning the coin toss.
Stefan Logan back to take the punt from Rob Maver, and Maver lifts a great high punt with the wind at his back, chases Logan back to the 20-yard line, and Logan gets not much further than that, as the tackle is made by Keita McDougall. A 58-yard punt by Rob Maver.
Kevin Glenn, it's different. It's different for him running the football field in his Lions uniform. He's been stellar the last 2 years in the Calgary Stampeder uniform right here in McMahon, but not so much in the Lions uniform. Looking to regain that form. They'll give the football to Andrew Harris, who's having a spectacular season up to this point. Keep your eye on Hunter Stewart, making his 3rd start at left tackle for the BC Lions. He's going up against Charleston Hughes of the Calgary Stampeders. Tremendous pass rush.
The left side of BC's offensive line manned by first-year players. And Glenn from the shotgun on first down gives it off to Andrew Harris, who finds a seam in the middle. And Harris dives across the 35-yard line out to the 37.
I mentioned Charleston Hughes off the top. Why? Because he's one of the best, if not the best, rush in the Canadian Football League. Calgary benefits this week getting Keon Raymond back, their strong side linebacker. He's been down the last couple of weeks with the thigh bruise. He does everything for them at that position. And a shutdown corner, I think, in the making, is Fred Bennett. Well, the guy's spectacular. Had a pick last week and just got a nose for the football. Solid tackler.
Interesting matchup here between the BC offense and the Calgary defense. BC, the best rushing team in the league, the most rushing yards per game, while the Calgary Stampeders are the hardest team in the league to run against.
And there's going to be a lot of focus on the interior with both of these lines. offensively and defensively, watching the play there, because the left side of the BC Lions offensive line going against the scout, like you say, Gord, rush defense and defensive interior of the Calgary Stampeders, and vice versa as well.
Travis Partridge comes in with a short yardage team for BC as Harris got about 9.5 yards on that first down carry. Early movement by Lynn J. Shell, but Partridge dives ahead to the 40. And the Lions will have the first down of the game. Last year, Kevin Glenn threw 7 interceptions. This year he has 8 already, but his next completion for more than 4 yards will move him past Tracy Ham into sole possession of 9th place on the CFL's all-time passing list. And Matt, he's getting within your shadow there.
Yeah, and he let me know about that.
Yeah, said it's coming for you.
Yeah, that's all right. Hope he comes to Disney and goes far beyond that, and he rights the ship.
Here's Harris again. Bounces off the first tackle, gets pushed back for a gain of 3.
I said this kid's having a spectacular year, and boy, he's had some plays that, you know, make you jump off your couch or certainly yell at the television and just get excited about how this kid plays the game. Really had a fire lit underneath him last year when Stephon Logan came back in the mix, and he kind of went in the tank, but had to find a way to deal with it. And this year he's really found his rhythm, running hard every time he touches the football.
On second down, here comes the rush. Glenn gets the pass away and completes that to Courtney Taylor. And a gang of Calgary Stampeders closed in on him, led by Josh Bell, the safety.
I'm going to give him 4 there, Gord.
And we'll give him 4, and it's actually 5, and so
nice.
Kevin Glenn is moved by Tracy Ham and is now 9th all-time on the CFL passing list. And next up for him, the great Calgary Stampeder and BC Lion and Toronto Argonaut, Doug Flutie. The Lions come up short, forced to punt, and Ricky Schmidt back in the BC lineup sends that deep to Jock Sanders inside the 20-yard line. And Sanders pushed out of bounds at the 27 after a 46-yard punt. Bo Levi Mitchell and the Calgary Stampeders will have the football when Wendy, running that football, returns to Calgary after this. Six-yard line here in the first quarter. Four receivers to the near side of the field. That's where Bo Levi Mitchell is looking. Goes underneath, trying to find Jeff Fuller, but the pass falls incomplete. So the ties between Bo Levi Mitchell and Jeff Garcia go pretty deep. They've both gone 7-0 to start their career, and Bo Levi Mitchell actually goes to Jeff Garcia's football academy in the offseason, works out with him, gets a lot of advice. They're in touch by text message and phone quite often.
I love that mentality of trying to get better and leaning on guys who've been there, done that at a high level, and certainly Garcia did that. Tore up the CFL in a short time here in the National Football League, but good on Bo for getting better, reaching out.
Now on second down, here's Jock Sanders with a catch on the backfield. First down and more on across the 40-yard line. Jock Sanders still going. Brought down to 46. And Sanders with a pickup of 20 yards.
Now, Jock Sanders, kind of the unsung hero for the Calgary Stampeders due to the fact that they've got a ton of problems in the backfield, starting with the MOP and out of the lineup. Certainly Matt Walters from University of Calgary, and Bo Levi just simply swings it out there, and then Jock Sanders does what he does best and run in open space and makes people miss.
And now Calgary goes to the no huddle. And the toss goes to Sanders. And Sanders out to the 51-yard line. So John Cornish injured, then Matt Walters injured. Martel Mallett comes in, but Jock Sanders was terrific last week against Edmonton. 16 carries for 86 yards.
And this has been quite the run already of going through running backs, and starting with Cornish. He was concussed. Matt Walter was concussed last week. And Jock Sanders certainly been doing everything he's been asked to do in the Stamps uniform, and Martel Mallett draws in today. after leaving the league in 2009 when he was Rookie of the Year.
Now pump fake by Bo Levi Mitchell looking up the field, and the pass is incomplete for Joe West, who is still looking for his first catch of the season.
And Ronnie Yell was not fooled on that play at all. He had deep leverage as the field side corner, and he was doing a nice job. Here he is here, and he's going to get deep, and watch how he's not going to get fooled here on the double move by the wide receiver to the bottom of your screen. That's good side. That's good positioning and a solid defense. That's why he's out there, and he's a second-year player. Stayed on the practice roster all last year. They love this kid because not only can he cover, he can bring the hat as well.
Mabry's first punt was 58 yards. Now he chases Stefan Logan inside the 20-yard line, and a terrific special teams tackle again made by Keenan McDougal, who had a great week last week as well against Edmonton. So Andrew Harris and the BC Lions in a huge showdown in Calgary. Go back to work when we come back.
Doing his thing, and this is a field. You got to keep your head on a swivel and have a nose for the football, which he certainly does. Third-year player from Saskatchewan, and last week a stellar performance, absolutely phenomenal, off the charts. And you know what? I credit Mark Killam for getting these guys in the right places and teaching them how to do this, and that's the special teams coach for the Calgary Stampeders. Simply spectacular play by the team's units for the Stamps all year.
First down, BC, the Lions at their own 18-yard line. And the first down give goes again to Andrew Harris. The Lions run the ball on first down more than any other team. And we'll look back to last week for McDougal. What a night he had against Edmonton.
Oh, yeah, and that's just hustle right there. Beating your opponent down the football field, maintaining leverage. Here, that's a scheme, and he blows in there, blocks it properly, scoops and scores. And then here, a hustle play on a fake punt, ill-advised. Chris Jones rolling the dice here. Special teams for Calgary up to the task.
Now on second down, Glenn has time and throws, and the pass is caught by Marco Iannuzzi. And the Calgary native, in his first game of the season after being injured in training camp, has an 18-yard gain and a BC first down.
Yeah, this is zone coverage and a veteran quarterback. You see Kevin Glenn's eyes. He sees it, knows. Hits his third step, looking over there, reading it out. Ball comes out, strong arm, throws it on the money, moving the chains. A veteran quarterback like Kevin Glenn looking to get back in rhythm will take that 24/7 all day long.
And back to the ground on first down. And this time Logan comes in for a gain of a couple. You mentioned last year that Andrew Harris had to share the time with Stefan Logan, who came in midway through the season, and it was a difficult situation for Harris.
Yep.
But the Lions feel like he responded well to it in the offseason and came back to training camp this year with a different mindset.
Key there, responded well to the offseason. Didn't really respond to it well last year. Kind of went in the tank, but really found his rhythm this season, and he's taking it up a notch. I expect him to stay there.
Harris back in on second down. As Glenn throws underneath for Logan, the pass in his feet is incomplete. And the Lions will once again be forced to punt.
Yeah, oftentimes umpires, you know, they're in the traffic and in the middle, and I'm talking about this guy right here officiating. He'll be in the way here. It's the second time we've seen it. Once Calgary, Jeff Fuller coming across in the first series, and here Stefan Logan kind of gets blinded right there by the umpire, trying to get out of the way. It happens. It's part of the game.
Jock Sanders has that kick bounce in front of him, out of bounds at the 27-yard line. A 41-yard punt for Calgary. No return by the Stampeders. No score here in the opening quarter. In Calgary on this Friday night, we welcome you wherever you're looking in Canada or in the United States. Wait for someone to break the seal here tonight.
Martel Mallet, he could be the guy. First time he's been on the field.
And Mitchell throws it to the wide side. It's picked off. Intercepted by Ronnie Yell. It'll be a touchdown BC. A 32-yard score for the BC Lions.
Well, it almost looked like Martell Mallet stepped in the throwing lane of Bo Levi Mitchell. And, well, take a look at it here. Watch Martell. He kind of sneaks up past Bo Levi there, and it looks like he kind of gets in his throwing motion. But I tell you, Ronnie Yell had a bead on that one, jumped it, saw it the whole way, undercut it, and walked into the end zone for a pick 6.
First interception thrown by Bo Levi Mitchell this year. In fact, his first in his last 142 attempts. Calgary haven't had a pass picked off since last October, but there's one for a score, and the BC Lions have the early lead. And now McCallum adds to it. So just like that, the seal is broken. As Ronnie Yell, the first-year man from San Jose State, read a page out of the playbook and took it the other way.
Bo Levi, but Martell Mallet, first play from scrimmage, he kind of impedes his quarterback, who's eyeballing this right here. And watch Ronnie Yell, field side corner, look into the quarterback. There's Martell stepping in front of Bo. Ronnie jumps it, undercuts it, and walk into the end zone. Well played. There's a closer look at it here. Watch Martell go, just kind of ease in front of him. Bo wants to cut it loose here, but all of a sudden he's got a running back in front of him, and he's got heat in his kitchen. He shouldn't be there. I'm not saying that impeded his throw, but being in that pocket, 14 years, I can tell you, that'll throw you off in a heartbeat. But he did stare that down, and Ronnie Yell had a good jump on that football, got his first of his career.
Jason Matichuk of the BC Lions was assessed a 15-yard unnecessary roughness penalty on the point after, so the Lions will kick off from their own 20. And Sanders fields the kickoff at the 30-yard line. Dives ahead out to the 47-yard line, a 19-yard return as the tackle was made on special teams by Stephen Dogie of the BC Lions. And Calgary will go back to work now, down by 7.
And this will be interesting to watch Bo Levi respond to this, because he hasn't turned the football over. And the offense hasn't really been on fire the last couple of weeks. They did well the first 2 weeks. Last couple of weeks, not so much. And I'm curious to see if they can get it together after this adversity that they felt the last couple of weeks, and certainly here early in this football game.
Now here's Mallet with the first down carry, and Mallet gets cartwheeled through the air. As Sal Elamimi got it, there was a flag on the play. So the Mallet story is one of bursting into the Canadian Football League 5 years ago. The rookie of the year in the CFL.
Offside. BC number 96, 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
And then a series of horrendous injuries, including a torn Achilles when he came back to Hamilton after spending a couple of years in the NFL. In training camp in 2012, tore his Achilles. The Ticats released him last season, and he was out of football last year. Came to Calgary, has been here since the start of training camp.
Just an unbelievable journey, and one that's inspiring. Glad to see him back on the field.
And here he is on the first down carry, and Mallet crosses midfield, gets down to the 51-yard line. That's good for a Calgary first down.
And I see Josh Johnson back out there for the Lions, and it's good to see that he's not injured or nicked, but starting a strong side linebacker was injured in the first special teams play of the ball game. But Martell Mallet, what a story. I'm telling you, that is phenomenal, overcoming the odds that young man has had to.
It's been 5 years, Matt, since he played in a meaningful football game.
It's a whole lot of want to and desire.
And now takes the carry on the left side. And Mallet dives down to the 47-yard line for a gain of 4. He left the Lions after that rookie season. He was allowed to go pursue NFL opportunities, although there is some dispute about exactly how that went down. The Lions and Wally Buono say he chose to leave.
Yeah, right.
Mallet said the Lions bent the rules a little bit and let him go.
I'm all for letting guys go chase their dreams. That was a little fishy back then.
Now the play fake to Mallet, and Mitchell throws it, and there's the catch for West. His first of the year is down to the 36-yard line. Joe West did everything the last couple of weeks except buy a billboard of a highway asking for a pass to be thrown his way.
Yeah, the last 3 weeks, he's been in the lineup and hadn't seen the football. Here he is, just going to run it here a little bit. They're going to play fake over here. Bo's going to turn around. Watch this. Play fake, turn around, give it to him. Got blockers out front. Find you a seam, pick up the first down. Good way to get him involved. You know, when you play the wide side receiver, the Z position, the furthest away from the quarterback, it's awfully tough sometimes for a young guy to find the football his way.
Now on first down, the fake again to Martell. And swing it across. Here's West again. A little stutter step by West, and he jumps out of bounds inside the 20 to the 18-yard line, a pickup of 18 yards.
Yeah, this is Dave Dickinson saying, you know what, we're going to get him involved. We're not going to wait for our young quarterback to find him at that Z position furthest away from the quarterback. We're going to design plays to get the ball in his hands, because when the ball is in his hands, this guy is explosive and can make things happen, as we've seen in the last couple of plays. Dave Dickinson knowing how to get it done, using his personnel.
Former Calgary Stampeder quarterback, also played for the BC Lions. And now the play fake again to Martell. Mitchell's got all day, throws it underneath, and the pass to McDaniel gets down to the goal line. Touchdown! Marquay McDaniel, an 18-yard score, and the Stampeders answer the Lions touchdown with one of their own. This will be reviewed automatically by the CFL Command Center to see if McDaniel got the ball to the pylon before he went out of bounds. He's in there. He's in there. That is a touchdown.
That is athleticism. That is what a professional is all about. That's what Marquay McDaniel brings to the table. Tightrope on the sidelines. Stick it in there. Yes, sir.
And the touchdown will stand. There it is with the point after, up and through. So the Calgary Stampeders get good field position after the Matichuk penalty. Puts them back 15 yards in the kickoff, then drive the ball 64 yards in 6 plays.
I asked the question, was curious on how they're going to respond to adversity. You throw a pick six, Bo Levi marches his football team down the field, gets Joe West involved with a couple of plays, and then finds that veteran receiver that everybody's loved throwing to 16. That guy gets it done. Here it is again. Little slow play fake here, slow developing. Actually good as they kept Kareem Smith from getting upfield. Dumps it out, and then the tightrope down the sideline, stick it inside the cone. Marquay McDaniel finding the end zone.
Got a great block from Anthony Parker up the field as well. And so Bo Levi Mitchell now has 8 touchdown passes on the year against the 1 interception that was taken back the other way.
That's a response right there. And getting everybody involved. Martell, Joe West, who's been non-existent the last 3 weeks, doing everything right, but just not seeing the football. You saw the design offensively of Dave Dickinson to get Joe West the football because he can make things happen, and then you saw the experience and athleticism of Marquay McDaniel. Man, that's fun to watch.
And now Paredes with the kickoff. And he fielded deep by Iannuzzi from the 5-yard line, and Iannuzzi picks his way across the 20, waits for a block, and goes out of bounds at the 25-yard line. McDougall once again there on the tackle. Let's join Jermaine Franklin.
Gord, Kevin Glenn admitted that it was a little weird coming back to McMahon Stadium as a visitor, but not too unfamiliar, as he's been in that visiting locker room several times in his 14-year career. Now, the Stamps have benefited tremendously from his 2-year stint with Calgary, especially Bo Levi Mitchell and Nick Lewis. Both of them said that they learned a lot about preparation from Glenn, especially bouncing back from tough situations, coming through and adjusting to tough situations. They're putting those lessons learned into practice this season.
First down carry to Andrew Harris, and not much doing there as the tackle was made by Sean Lemon for no gain. And talking to John Huffnagel yesterday, he paid very high praise to Kevin Glenn, saying that of all the players he's coached in his career, Kevin Glenn is one of the ones he admires the most for his approach to the game, his perseverance through a lot of ups and downs through his career. John Huffnagel is a huge Kevin Glenn fan.
Maybe he can relate to that because Huff had similar circumstances throughout his career where he had to persevere in a backup situation quite often.
Now on 2nd and long, Glenn is under pressure. Gets away from the initial pressure and throws to the sideline. The pass is caught by Courtney Taylor. He'll be well short of a first down.
Yeah, Kevin really took his game, Gord, to another level over the last couple seasons in a Calgary Stampeder uniform right here, McMahon. And those expectations travel with you. And BC just doesn't feel like they've got it consistently from their veteran quarterback, but tonight he seems to be settled in quite nicely.
Booming punt by Ricky Schmidt chases Sanders back to the 33-yard line. And Sanders up to the 43. Matichuk there to help make the stop, along with S.J. Hedera.
Yeah, this is the response that we saw from the Stampeders after pick 6. Mallet on the outside, picking up a first down. Little hit screen outside, and Joe West getting him involved. Little misdirection, bringing Joe across the field and underneath, flipping it out to him, making them people miss. Doing the same thing. Get the ball distributed to your playmakers' hands, letting them do their thing. That's offensive coordination by Dave Dickinson, their OC, and that's execution by the quarterback distributing the football.
Now on first down, here's Mallet again. Runs into a wall of BC Lions led by Josh Johnson. And Kareem Smith there as well.
First contact from
no gain on the play. Actually marked as a gain of a couple.
Yeah, Gordon, and this is the interior of the BC Lions, and this is what they do. Watch this man right here. We're talking about Khalif Mitchell just plugging a hole. Watch him. He takes on 2, pushes him back into the hole. Running back's got to redirect. No gain.
It appears to be way offside. Now the pass down to Sinopoli. Incomplete as Ryan Phillips was there on the coverage. It'll be third down, Calgary.
Stampeders looking for a flag, defensive pass interference, and that was pretty close. The whole sidelines erupted as it looked like there might have been a little contact, but no flag on the play.
Calgary could review that if it wished.
Coming right at you. That's a good no call right there. Whew. That's just good, solid defensive play.
And now Maver with a low driving kick to Logan from the 22-yard line. Stephon Logan being bottled up by Lynn J. Shell. And then buried by the Stampeders special teams unit. Glenn Love down there to finish him off. And so the Lions push back to their 19-yard line. 7-7 is the score after the opening quarter. Wendy, that football is back to Calgary after this. And the numbers through the opening 15 minutes show that the BC Lions have just 45 yards in total yards in the game, and the only touchdown they scored was the interception for a touchdown. And Matt, last week the BC Lions were held without a touchdown at home for the first time since 2005, and they have to be better offensively. They knew that coming in. What do they need to do?
Well, they're trying to figure it out and crack the code like everybody else in the Canadian Football League facing this defense, and it's tough sledding as we've seen here in the first quarter. Kevin Glenn does seem at ease within himself, but I can tell you it's going to be a long night if they don't get it together and start spreading the football around, because Bo Levi Mitchell responded after that pick 6 and marched his team down the football field like he was going through Skelly.
There's the pass from Glenn, complete to Courtney Taylor for gain of 6. And so the Calgary Stampeder defense has allowed 52 points total in the first 4 games of the year. It's the best 4-game stretch by the Calgary defense since 1971.
Ouch.
When Wayne Harris was the CFL's outstanding defensive player and Grey Cup MVP.
Yeah, crack that code. Good luck with that. That's exactly what the Ari Jones offensive coordinator and Kevin Glenn are trying to do.
And the completion goes ahead to Sean Gore. Or check that, Taylor again, and Taylor out to the 30-yard line, which is close to another BC first down. He'll be, the way they spot it, about a foot short.
Yeah, and Gord, the thing is with Calgary defense, they're so good up front against the run and the pass. You talk about these guys right here. These are newcomers. This is Howard Stewart, and this is Yeah, that's Hardrick, the first-year player from Nebraska. Those guys right there are going to be a key for the offense of BC to get going and on their horse.
Actually, mark it as a first down. The first down carry goes to Stephon Logan, knocked down hard by Juwan Simpson for a gain of 7.
Yeah, those guys are young up front. In fact, that whole left side of the BC Lions offensive line has been overhauled since week 2. And even the backup, Kirby and Fabian, comes over from the right side to the left side. And, boy, they're looking for some production there and some consistency from that left side. And if you've ever played with an offensive line that's going through a lot of changes up front, that could slow you down in a hurry. And Kevin Glenn's trying to get them back on track.
To the ground, Harris gets stood up immediately as Micah Johnson comes up to make the stop. We needed the 40-yard line for a first down.
And when you're having to line up Sean Gores at tight end in a situation like this, it is not good. It is not good for anybody. Here's Gore. This guy goes about 185, 190. And he's got Charleston Hughes over the top of him. You're expected to block him. He's just doing it like an Olay out there. And that's not going to happen. That's not a good sign offensively for the BC Lions when he's trying to block all-pro defensive ends.
So a yard and a bit short. The Lions will punt. Oh, snap to Ricky Schmidt. Gets a tumbling kick away. Fielded by Marquay McDaniel, the 20-yard line. And pushed out of bounds at about the 27 of the play. As the stop is made by BC's Jamal Johnson. Back to Calgary in a 7-7 game in a moment. 4-0 start. Right now, the West is 12-2 against the East. Oh, Levi Mitchell throws it up there. Jeff Fuller makes the catch. Tries to dance in front of Dante Marsh. They'll mark him down at the 35-yard line. So last week, Nick Lewis did not have a catch for the Calgary Stampeders for the first time in his career, and this week he is a healthy scratch or a not completely healthy player. So Lewis, who was badly injured last year against the BC Lions, still struggling with an injury. Also because Walter was hurt, a Canadian running back, and Martel Malik comes in, the import running back. Calgary had to drop an American player from the lineup. It winds up being Nick Lewis. And there's Mallett with the carry and a gain of a couple.
That's tough to take. You're a veteran receiver like Nick Lewis, but he says he's grown up, matured, certainly understands the numbers game. He's dead set on getting back and contributing and putting up another 1,000-yard year, which I have a hard time believing based on what I've seen in the first 4 weeks of the 5 weeks of the season. But this guy has defied the odds before and certainly continues to do that. But a veteran presence, no doubt, for this Calgary Stampeders receiving corps and football team, because he's one of the team leaders that continues to lead even though he's on the sidelines.
Martel Mallett came up a yard short of the Calgary first down, and the Stampeders will punt as Stephon Logan awaits the kick from Maver. And Logan from the 30 just dives straight ahead. And that's where the Lions will start after a 44-yard punt. Former Calgary Stampeder Kevin Glenn goes back to work in his 14th CFL season, trying to get the Lions back in the race.
Yes, it does. Hey, young and old fans, I love it.
Now Glenn throws, and the pass is incomplete for Ernest Johnson. And a flag comes down on the play on the coverage. Deron Mayo was there. And pass interference may be the call against the Calgary Stampeders. Tonight's referee is Andre Prue.
Yeah, Lynn J. Shell all over him there. Had his hands on him the entire time, trying to take away the inside.
Calgary number 1, 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
They'll take another look at it. There's Lynn J. Shell locked up, one-on-one, trying to take the inside, grabbing. He never let go.
First down for the 45. Glenn tosses to Logan, and Stephon Logan gets wrapped up quickly. A gain of 3 as Jamar Wall came up to make the stop. So the sack attack brought to you by Purelator, tackling hunger across Canada. Check. Calgary with Charleston Hughes, the CFL's top sack man over the last 3 years, is down to the bottom of the pack with 13. BC with 11. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers, the league leaders now with 20. After another productive night last night. Here's Hamilton.
Crazy comeback win. To Willie.
On second down, Glenn under pressure. Throws to the wide side of the field. He's got Iannuzzi on the catch, and Iannuzzi pushed out of bounds at the 45-yard line as Adam Berger came up to make the stop along with Jamar Wall. A gain of 17 yards.
Corey, this is just beautiful. This is what Kevin Glenn can do for you. This is experience and talent. Tremendous talent. Backpedaling, eyes downfield, set his feet and just slings it 40 yards out. Spots his receiver. Heads the play by the veteran quarterback, making it happen in his old stomping grounds.
Now Glenn drops the snap. He's under pressure. And Kevin Glenn dives ahead and makes a little bit out of what could have been an awful lot of losses and gets 2. Glenn was sacked 6 times last week by the Winnipeg defense.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that snap was where they wanted it. A little low. He's leaning back, and that'll happen to you. Hey, Matt Norman is usually better now. It's a combination of quarterback leaning back and snap being low. Ball's put on the ground. Kevin picks up a couple.
Comes, and they string it out to Andrew Harris. Harris brought down by Lynn J. Shell and Deron Mayo. A gain of 7. That'll leave him a couple of yards short of a BC first down. Paul McCallum and the field goal unit will come on now for the Lions to try to give BC the lead midway through this second quarter.
People may be asking, why do they throw the ball behind the line of scrimmage when they need 7 or 8 yards? And that's a pretty simple answer. Defense is taking away that 7 or 8 yard area, and they're making you throw underneath, and you put the ball in somebody's hands like Andrew Harris, good things usually happen.
It's going to be a 45-yard try on McCallum. His season long is 46. What wind there is at his back. McCallum's got lots on it and puts it through. And the BC Lions have retaken the lead. 10-7 the score, 8:24 to go. In the second quarter, Bo Levi Mitchell and the Calgary Stampeders. Your turn with the football. Bo Levi Mitchell and the Calgary offense back on the field. Let's join Jermaine Franklin again.
Gord, Bo Levi Mitchell did say that defenses are testing his patience by dropping back in coverage and that he has to be smart and take what defenses give him. Now, obviously, he has to be careful about being baited, throwing his first interception of the year. Bo Levi Mitchell had just 124 yards in passing last week. However, he said that if the winning has to continue, he knows that the offense has to be better and they have to play a bigger role. He's not going to be afraid to take his shots downfield.
There's a play fake to Martel Mallet, and they throw it underneath to the fullback, Rob Cote, and Cote has a gain of 5. So we talked about it the preseason, Matt. When the Lions played the Calgary Stampeders, there's a lot of talk about Drew Tate versus Bo Levi Mitchell. It was a photo finish
as there should have
training camp.
Yep.
But Bo Levi Mitchell won the job, and right now John Huffnagel and Dave Dickinson's decision at a training camp has paid off.
Interesting though, Drew Tate took more snaps at practice with the first team this week than any other week of the season.
Second down. Mitchell's under pressure. Got away from Eric Taylor. Now runs back the other way. And finally does get corralled. Lost the football for a moment. Still bouncing there and finally pounced on by Spencer Wilson. But that was Alex Bazzi, who's had a terrific rookie year for the BC Lions. That's a loss of 20 yards on the play for the Stampeders.
Yeah, and this is a young quarterback trying to make too much happen. And here's the play right here by that man. And Eric Taylor, he doesn't need shoulder pads. He basically gets an Olay block and he jumps right over that, and then the ball's got to be gone right there. And then you got Bazzi, who's a tremendous athlete in his own right, all over you. And, boy, your right guard saves you with the fumble.
Now Meaver, a low bouncing kick to Logan at the BC 50-yard line. And not a whole lot doing there. Lynn J. Shell down to make the stop. Along with Yannick Carter. That is a big man.
Yeah, it is, and I swear, he doesn't need those. Those shoulder pads are probably about an inch thick. Those are all his shoulders, folks. This is what I want to show you. Now, last week, Chris Jones, he's playing with a severely sprained ankle, and that's affecting, I believe, on this block right here, because he doesn't have leverage to push off, and so he tries to cut Taylor. Taylor simply jumps over that, and that's when all heck breaks loose.
First down, here's Harris around the right side. And Andrew Harris gets pushed out of bounds by Deron Mayo. Goes out in Calgary territory for a gain of 6.
And, Gord, I bring that up, about a player being injured, and what he's playing with, because people at home, they don't know that. And I think, Jonesy is a lot better than that, right? And, and oftentimes offensive linemen will like to mix it up, even though if they're not hurt. But there, in my opinion, Brett Jones is simply just trying to get the job done any way he can.
On second down, that throws picked off, and it's going back the other way. Keon Raymond, welcome back to the lineup. Touchdown, Calgary. A 62-yard touchdown.
That's his 16th interception of his career, Gord. He's a playmaker. They're happy to have him back in the lineup.
The second interception for a touchdown in the football game. Keon Raymond comes back in the Calgary lineup after being up for a couple of weeks. And he announces his return with a bang. Stepped it right in front of S.J. Hedera and took it back.
Boy, that is your dream if you're a strong side linebacker and a linebacker DB. Undercut it like that. We saw Ronnie Yale do it in the first quarter. We see Keon Raymond making it happen. Impact player.
Amen.
That's fun to watch.
With 24 points in the game, and defenses have accounted for more than half of them.
Yeah, Keon Raymond just kind of waits, watches his receiver in front of him, plays it. He's right here. Watch him backpedal to this point, and then he breaks on the football, and he undercuts it. Watching. Sees the ball thrown, undercuts, breaks on it, and then it's to the house. Sweet hands, too.
It's actually Courtney Taylor he jumped in front of. And that's the 9th interception thrown by Kevin Glenn so far this season. In 6 games last year, he threw only 7 in 15 starts.
7-year man from Middle Tennessee State. Keon back in the lineup. Didn't look like his thigh was bothering him on that play. Boy, he's ready for that one.
What's up? High school, baby. All the time. 2-5, mama! I love you, mama!
I love that.
So now we'll see for the second time in the football game, Matt, where a quarterback comes right back on the field after the interception for 6. What's the mindset?
St. Louis win the
Go back to the drawing board. You have to have a short memory. And thank God that's true, because I threw a lot of it's not a good feeling, but you go back out there with resolve, you set your jaw, and you go back to reading things out, going through your progressions, playing the game, because that's part of the game. They get paid too. Keon Raymond, a veteran, strong side linebacker, making things happen. You tip your hat, you go back to work.
27-yard return by Logan on that kick return. There's an injured Calgary Stampeder on the play. Looks like Yannick Carter is the man who's shaken up.
I mean, how do pitchers respond after somebody goes yard?
Now, do you come right back out and throw the out again? Do you come right back and throw deep again? Or do you just try to settle yourself down?
Well, you don't attack him. I mean, you don't purposely go after a guy and say, I can do this. You go through your game plan based on where you're at. And game plans are based on where you're at in the field position, up and down the field, left hash, middle hash, right hash, down and distance, and certainly time in a game. So all these things go into play calling, and then you got to go through your progressions accordingly in every play. And so you just play in a game. And if a play in a certain situation takes you that way to Keon Raymond's side, yeah, you're going to make that throw.
Ever happened to you twice in a row, like 2 series in a row?
You know, very highly likely could have. I don't remember. Like I said, I got my short-term memory is not very good. My long-term memory is not so good either. But I can tell you, throwing 211 of those over the course of my career, yes, I probably did. Warren Moon taught me a nice little technique too. When you throw the wide side, you start jogging over there, whether or not it's going back or not, just to get a head start.
And there's the throw to Raymond. Raymond's side of the field, rather, as Courtney Taylor makes the catch and gets a gain of 5.
I tell you, Gord, I've seen Warren doing that in practice. He'd throw a ball to the wide side. He'd just start jogging towards the wide side sidelines. And I'm just scratching my head saying, Warren, what are you doing? You doing some conditioning? What's going on? He says, no. He says, that's a long way over there, Matt. And he says, I'm just getting a head start in case that comes back the other way. And it's not a bad idea because those guys that are usually picking off the balls are very, very fast.
On second down, Glenn throws again to the wide side. And the catch not made by Taylor in front of the Calgary sideline.
Yeah, Brandon Smith had pretty tight coverage. I think did enough on Taylor to disrupt him. Ball's a little high. It's a long throw for Glenn. He's trying to undercut it himself, and the ball was thrown high. Good position by Kevin Glenn because that ball's down low. That's another pick 6, but he threw it high. You'll see this. You see him undercutting there. If that ball's low, Brandon Smith's got it. Courtney goes up and gets it, comes down.
Didn't survive contact, although
he does.
There's some discussion on the field now. Is BC going to challenge that? It is. The Lions are going to challenge as Benavides has thrown down the yellow flag.
Here it is from Kevin Glenn's viewpoint. It's a good spot and location in football. High. Courtney Taylor's a big receiver. He goes and gets it. He just doesn't survive contact with the ground once he catches it right here. He pulls it down. It's a great catch. He caught the back end of the ball.
The ruling on the field of an incomplete pass. The play will be reviewed.
There have been 25 challenges entering this week. Only 9 have resulted in a play being overturned. The largest number of reviews have been on pass interference plays, this being the first year that the CFL allows coaches to challenge pass interference. And both Mike Benavides and John Huffnagel said that this season they're being more judicious in their use of challenges in case you need one later in the game for a pass interference call.
Absolutely love how Courtney Taylor caught the back half of that football. All receivers out there know how difficult that is, and that's precision. And I don't think he survives contact. Matt Center's checking it out. Courtney Taylor.
Upon review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The receiver did not survive contact with the ground. Incomplete pass, 3rd down.
Courtney successful challenge by the Lions.
Courtney Taylor had one of the most inspirational catches and runs I've seen in a long time last week. We'll get to that sometime throughout the program, but I can tell you that guy's extremely talented. Doesn't agree with the call.
Not even a little.
No.
Here's Sanders from his 11-yard line. A 52-yard punt. And Sanders does a good job to get across the 25-yard line up to the 28, an 18-yard return.
I'll show you this play from last week. Courtney Taylor catching the ball and then showing the desire and willingness to play the game and trying to make things happen against a tough Winnipeg defense. Taking on everybody. Say, bring it! I think everybody, all but exception maybe 2 Winnipeg Blue Bombers defensively, had their shots at Courtney Taylor. Parts are coming off of him, and that guy was spectacular. It's been a spark for the Lions when they've been playing well offensively and getting the opportunity. Love how he caught the back half of that football. Last play.
Look up. Misdirection, and here comes Martell Mellon. Busting through the middle and still going. Mellon into BC territory. They're trying to punch the football out as Torrey Williams took a shot at him from behind, but Martel Mallet, in his first CFL game in 5 years, has a gain of 56 yards.
Boy, I got goosebumps watching this just because knowing what this young man's gone through and to see this type of production from him. Watch how he cuts back. He's coming downhill. He's going to go here, get small, and dip his shoulder, and then bust it here. As he cuts back, he presses the hole right here, gets small, dips his shoulder, and then he's gone. The umpire gets in the way, as they often do, and then this is just solid open field running by a man that hasn't done it much over the last 5 years. Good to see him having some success, no matter what uniform it's in. Martel Mallet from Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
And a first down to the BC 25-yard line. Now the play fake to Martello, the sidearm throw by Mitchell, incomplete for Marquay McDaniel. So the point for Mallet, you know, John Cornish this week said he's feeling a lot better, maybe back in the lineup soon. Matt Walter is out this week, but may not be long term. That Matt Walter is not just trying to perform well for Calgary, but for other teams that might be looking for a running back.
Absolutely. That's the way you play the game. You never know what will happen. Your job is always in jeopardy. They're always looking to replace you as soon as they sign you. That's football. And that's business. You get up motivated, your feet hit the floor every day, hit it running. Martel Mallet exemplifies that. Love to see that. Inspirational story.
Now on second down, bowled by Mitchell to Jock Sanders. And Sanders gets down to the 12-yard line for another Calgary first down. We've hit the 3-minute warning. The Stamps are on the march with a 4-point lead on Wendy's Friday Night Football.
To see that they got a picture of Rod and the boys there. That's new. I hadn't seen it all year. Good to see Rod. Doing a heck of a job. Looking good.
First down, Stampeders, and here's Jock Sanders diving down about the 7-yard line. Sanders acquired in the offseason by Calgary's insurance, and it turns out it's an insurance policy they had to cash.
That's a heck of an insurance policy. Kind of paying a big premium for that one. That guy's been special for him, done everything. Returns, teams, receiver, running the football, certainly blocking and protecting for Bo Levi. And a nice pickup. And I believe Hugh Charles is, you know, who they picked up on Monday when Saskatchewan cut him loose. I think that's going to be a good pickup for them down the road.
Gain was 7 at 2nd and 3. And Mallet back in, takes the football, dives down the goal line, and it'll be marked down at the 1. It'll be 1st and goal for the Stampeders from there after a gain of 6.
Oh, I love the blocking up front. Zone blocking just coming down. Watch this. This is beautiful. Watch this coming down. Everybody's coming down. Everybody's coming down this way. I can't get my telestrator walk. Ball moving. Going to right to your picture. Watch him get a hat in a hat. Cut back, see it, get low, kind of knife through there.
Mallet with 86 yards rushing here in the first half. Now on 1st and goal, Tate comes in, and Drew Tate dives ahead, runs into Saul Elamimian. Touchdown, Calgary. So second effort, then third effort gets Tate in. The Lions are arguing.
Does he have the football?
He does. He doesn't for much longer. He just threw it in the stands. So Tate hasn't thrown a pass in a game this year, but just threw it into the stands about 60 yards.
He's got to get warm. Yeah, I believe football comes out here initially. Looks like the Lions are offsides at the top of your screen. You can see it.
Offside. BC number 13. That penalty's declined.
Yeah, he gets in. Ball comes out. Drew Tate's begging for it. Telling the referee, give me that. And like you said, Gore chunks it in the stands.
It's a 6-play, 82-yard drive that includes a 56-yard run by Martel Mallet.
And really, other than the pick 6 by Ronnie Yell for the BC Lions defense, it's been all Calgary Stampeders here in the first half offensively.
And now an 11-point lead with 2 minutes to go in the opening half. Calgary trying to run its record to 5-0 for the first time since 1995, when Jeff Garcia and Doug Flutie were the quarterbacks and John Huffnagel was the offensive coordinator. The head coach that year, Wally Buono.
There's a touchdown again. Offsides up at the top of your screen.
Drew Tate just kept going.
He's pleading his case and he's getting his jersey ripped off down there. I tell you, I've said it often in this position, that is an ugly place to be if you're a quarterback or offensive lineman, D lineman, linebacker. Boy, all kinds of nastiness is happening, and saw a little bit of it there. Anything goes in that situation.
Yeah, the rule book's pretty much a rumor down there.
I'm talking about everything's getting grabbed, and I mean everything, and it gets ugly.
We could stop there. We don't have to go further than that.
Okay, all right, ugly.
Like your nose is being grabbed.
Yeah. Face masks, jerseys, legs. A whole lot of ankle cranking going on.
There's Logan taking the kickoff from just inside the 20-yard line. And Stephon Logan busts through and gets out to the 44. 26-yard return. Carl McCartney there to make the stop as Kevin Glenn and the BC offense go back to work.
Yeah, Gordon, you look at this, and this drive is critical for the BC Lions, I believe, at this juncture, particularly where they played.
We saw John Beck come in last week in the third quarter of the Winnipeg game.
Yeah, they need to respond here and get points on the board before the half, because Lions are staring 2 and 4 in the face, and it's hard to believe that Calgary's certainly the best in the league right now in the West, and BC's the worst. They could go to 2 and 4 very quickly.
And there's the throw underneath to Ernest Jackson. And Jackson picks up a gain of 6 yards.
That's a good start to this drive. Very critical drive. Get you 6, get you half at least, and then give yourself in a manageable second down situation. That's the key to any offensive success. Be productive on first down. We saw it there for the Lions.
Now on second down, here comes the rush, and Glenn throws a pass incomplete for Emmanuel Arsenault. And there on the coverage was Keon Raymond.
Oh, well, this is tight coverage too, Gord. Coming across the formation from right here. He's going to be on Manny Arsenault. Keon Raymond in hot pursuit. And he's got Juwan Simpson underneath. Grabs the hips at the right time and pulls Manny back, and he can't secure the rock. BC's forced to punt on a critical drive for him. They needed that.
Now Schmidt trying for the sidelines, chases Jock Sanders back to the 10-yard line. Another booming punt by Ricky Schmidt. A 50-yard kick, and the tackle made right away by Keenan Parker. Go to tsn.ca/CFL Fantasy to set your roster for a chance to win a trip to the Winter Second Grey Cup. And Joseph Aboud suit from Moores. Every pick counts. Make yours today. Holding call against the Lions while the ball was in the air, so that's going to move them back. So the Stampeders, rather, to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, not much time left on the clock here. This is important for the Calgary Stampeders to sustain a drive here.
1:25 remaining.
Yeah, because a 2 and out here could beat BC good field position. You got to be careful here in Bo Levi Mitchell. Don't become passive. Stay aggressive. We've seen him throw 108-yard touchdown pass.
Now a play fake, and Mitchell fires again to Marquay McDaniel. And McDaniel with the catch out to the 13-yard line.
Yeah, I like the play call there. Aggressive. Give yourself some options. You got a hammer route to the field side, which is a go by the wide receiver and out by number 2. And then you got a little check down underneath that. Real simple options, deep to shallow for the quarterback's reads, and he dumps it down and he picks up 7.
And the clock continues to run. And now back to the ground to Martel Mallett. And Mallett needed just outside the 15-yard line for a first down. He'd be very close to it.
You know it's got to feel good for Martel Mallett getting his first taste of competition when the real bullets are flying and having some production, adding to the success of the Stampeders here in the first half. Martel Mallett fighting through some serious battles over the last 5 years and lost his brother after he tore his Achilles in Hamilton training camp in 2012. Lost his brother 2 months later because he was killed in a shooting incident in Arkansas. I'm telling you, the guy's been through a lot, folks.
And got the first down. Now gets the ball right back, and here comes Mallett again out to the 29-yard line. A gain of 13, another Calgary first down.
Yeah, this is just, that's big man coming around. He's not waiting on the blocks to develop. He's seeing a hole and he's hitting it.
Got 97 yards rushing here in the first half. Another Calgary first down. Here comes Mallett again. And the man with the appropriate last name for the way he's been running here bulls his way ahead, and that should be 100 yards for Martell Mallett in the first half.
Wow, you couldn't have wished for a better scenario for this guy. If you're a Stampeder fan or just a fan of people overcoming obstacles, Martell Mallett having a whale of a football game. First taste of it in 5 years. Sir, Rookie of the Year in 2009. Just fabulous, fabulous rookie season.
And now on the final play of the first half, Bo Levi Mitchell will take a knee. So both defenses have put touchdowns on the board. Calgary with a 21-10 lead at halftime. Now it's into Rod Smith.
It's Friday night football, yeah! Boys are all here, gonna put on a show. Come on!
(21-10). Calgary leads BC after the first half here at McMahon Stadium. And our Jermaine Franklin spoke with BC coach Mike Benavides.
Coach Benavides, just over 100 yards of offense in that first half. How do you get the offense on track?
Well, we got to find some ways to get some explosive plays. We got to find some matchups, some things we like, and make the right throws. And this is a good football team. We're down by 11. We got to find ways to make plays, and there's no doubt our offense has to make some plays and stay on the field, stay the course.
And on the other side of the ball, what are the keys to slowing down Martell Mallett?
Well, we just got to make sure we take care of the cutback plays 12. I mean, right now he made a big play for a 50-plus yard. We just got to make sure he's got to earn it. We can't give him the easy play.
Thanks for this, Coach.
You bet.
103 yards rushing for Martell Mallett in his first half of live action in 5 years.
Gord, I followed this guy's career, and you know, as we all do, every training camp would come around, I would look for his name on a roster, and when I saw him in Hamilton, I was going, yes, I'm excited to watch this guy play. Then he blows his Achilles. He's put on a show the first half here tonight.
Here's Stefan Logan from the 10-yard line. The Lions down by 11, take the football to open the second half. What wind there is mostly at their back. It swirls here in the bowl at McMahon Stadium, but the wind does appear to be at their back as Kevin Glenn and the offense go back to work here in the second half.
Well, we heard Benny talk about it. Coach Benavides, BC Lions say they need explosive plays. They have explosive players out there in the form of Andrew Harris, Stefan Logan, and Manny Arsenault, and it's just a stifling defense they're up against tonight, and the Calgary Stampeders doing it once again.
BC held to 41 yards rushing in the opening half, and they'll start on the ground here in the second as Andrew Harris puts his head down. Corey Mace leads the wall of Calgary Stampeders on the tackle. But those big names that you talked about, Matt, have been held largely silent here in the first half.
In check. I mean, shut down. That's a pick six, that INT under Glenn. And Harris is just over 4 yards every time he touches the ball.
And the former Lions defensive coordinator, Rich Stuber, overlooking things now for Calgary. Kevin Glenn with time throws, and the pass is caught by Emmanuel Arsenault to the 50-yard line. His first catch of the night. Keon Raymond there on the stop. The gain of 18 yards for one of the big play receivers for the BC Lions.
Yeah, and you got Manny's going to come around here. You're going to come across the formation, and it's going to be tight coverage, and Kevin Glenn's going to have really good protection on a six-man rush. And he threads it in there right off the back of Lynn J. Shell, who doesn't see the ball coming, and spotted his big target, Manny Arsenault.
Now the play fake to Harris. Glenn looking over the top again, has a man, but the pass is incomplete as he was trying to find Courtney Taylor, who was in behind the Calgary coverage of Josh Bell.
Yeah, it looks like quarterback, receiver, and on the same page. Glenn's got what he wants. I believe Taylor is open, but I don't think he's expecting the football. Oh, no, that ball spotted wrong. That's on Kevin. Courtney's open. He's looking for it right there on the shoulder, and his thrown were uncatchable. That's all on Kevin Glenn.
Football, yeah! Boys are all here gonna put on a show. Come on!
21-10, Calgary leads BC after the first half here at McMahon Stadium. And our Jermaine Franklin spoke with BC coach Mike Benavides.
Coach Benavides, just over 100 yards of offense in that first half. How do you get the offense on track?
Well, we got to find some ways to get some explosive plays. We got to find some matchups, some things we like, and make the right throws. And this is a good football team. We're down by 11. We got to find ways to make plays, and there's no doubt our offense has to make some plays and stay on the field, stay the course.
And on the other side of the ball, what are the keys to slowing down Martel Mallet?
Well, we just got to make sure we take care of the cutback plays 12. I mean, right now he made a big play for a 50-plus yard. We just got to make sure he's got to earn it. We can't give him the easy play.
Thanks for this, Coach.
You bet.
103 yards rushing for Martel Mallet in his first half of live action in 5 years.
Gord, I followed this guy's career, and, you know, as we all do, every training camp would come around, I would look for his name on a roster, and when I saw him in Hamilton, I was going, yes! I'm excited to watch this guy play. Then he blows his Achilles. He's put on a show the first half here tonight.
Here's Stefan Logan from the 10-yard line. The Lions down by 11, take the football to open the second half. What wind there is mostly at their back. It swirls here in the bowl at McMahon Stadium, but the wind does appear to be at their back as Kevin Glenn and the offense go back to work here in the second half.
Well, we heard Benny talk about it. Coach Benavides, BC Lions say they need explosive plays. They have explosive players out there in the form of Andrew Harris, Stefan Logan, and Manny Arsenault, and it's just a stifling defense they're up against tonight, and the Calgary Stampeders doing it once again.
BC held to 41 yards rushing in the opening half, and they'll start on the ground here in the second as Andrew Harris puts his head down. Corey Mace leads the wall of Calgary Stampeders on the tackle. But those big names that you talked about, Matt, have been held largely silent here in the first half.
And check. I mean, shut down. That's a pick six, that INT under Glenn. And Harris is just over 4 yards every time he touches the ball.
And the former Lions defensive coordinator, Rich Stuber, overlooking things now for Calgary. Kevin Glenn with time throws, and the pass is caught by Emmanuel Arsenault to the 50-yard line. His first catch of the night. Keon Raymond there on the stop. The gain of 18 yards for one of the big play receivers for the BC Lions.
Yeah, and you got Manny's going to come around here. You're going to come across the formation, and it's going to be tight coverage, and Kevin Glenn's going to have really good protection on a six-man rush, and he threads it in there right off the back of Lynn J. Shell, who doesn't see the ball coming, and spotted his big target, Manny Arsenault.
Now the play fake to Harris. Glenn looking over the top again, has a man, but the pass is incomplete as he was trying to find Courtney Taylor, who was in behind the Calgary coverage of Josh Bell.
Yeah, it looks like quarterback, receiver, and on the same page. Glenn's got what he wants. I believe Taylor is open, but I don't think he's expecting the football. Oh, no, that ball spotted wrong. That's on Kevin. Courtney's open. He's looking for it right there on the shoulder, and his thrown were uncatchable. That's all on Kevin Glenn. My apologies to Taylor. Kevin's got to be better.
Now second and long. Glenn throws, goes with a diving catch made by Taylor to the Calgary 50-yard line, very close to a BC first down. John Huffnagel was talking to us yesterday about Kevin Glenn's strength as a quarterback and says his accuracy is what sets him apart.
Well, we haven't seen it in the last couple. Didn't see it much in the first half. It shows up every now and then, his brilliance and what he brings to the table and what makes him great. Just not seeing it enough on a regular basis like we did 2 years when he's in a Stampeder uniform.
Now the Lions short yardage team is coming on late. There's only 6 seconds left of the play clock as Travis Partridge comes in. And early movement, that was a train wreck from the start. The Lions didn't have the right place.
But the official is holding the ball. The official's holding the ball, standing over it until 5 seconds, and so the offense, even if it was ready, they couldn't snap the ball.
BC, 5-yard penalty, remains third down.
And you can read Mike Benavides' lips. We got a punt.
I understand that that decision was made late, but I'm trying to understand why the official's still over the ball when the play clock's down to 6 seconds. There's a look at it. You'll see him right in the middle of your football screen. There he is holding the play. There's 6 seconds. Now he finally gets out of the way, and Partridge tries to go through the process, but all heck is breaking loose by that time.
And now Schmidt with another high kick that chases Sanders back inside his 10-yard line, a 48-yard punt. Sanders breaks the first wave and gets out to the 17-yard line. The Calgary Stampeders looking to run their record to 5-0 on the year, up by 11 on Wendy's Friday Night Football.
Martell Mallet simply loving life right now and getting to tote the rock for the first time in 5 years. Well, hey, that's good offensive line play, and then that's just slash running athletic ability and desire. That's a nice cutback, getting small in the hole, then running the daylight, breaking tackles. 103 yards there in the first half alone.
In a league where there's a lot of smaller running backs, he goes about 210 pounds. Now a pump fake by Bo Levi Mitchell looking over the top. He's got a man. West, it's incomplete. The coverage there from Ronnie Yell. The flag comes down late. Yeah, this will be one of those gigantic pass interference penalties.
Yeah, and he's open. The ball was underthrown and gave Ronnie Yell an opportunity to get back into play, but he never played the football, and I believe that's the reason the flag came out.
Mike Benavides already has the challenge flag in his hand.
Well, they're trying to stop the bleeding here and put fingers in the dam. They're running out of fingers right now.
This would be a 42-yard
Legal
penalty.
block. Hands to the face. BC number 53. That penalty is declined. Pass interference. BC. Automatic first down at the point of foul. First down.
So the ball is at the Lions' 51-yard line. Benavides has not thrown the challenge flag yet.
Yeah, and there's a receiver, and you can see the gap he's got on Ronnie Yell, and that's probably about 3 yards. The ball's underthrown. He comes back to it. Ronnie face guards him and never plays the football. I believe that's why you got the PI.
Lions do not challenge, and Mallet takes the first down carry for a gain of a couple. What do you think, Matt?
Oh, I think it was a poor thrown ball, but he had him and trying to make a play on it. West is, and he can't get back to it. He's playing on it, which is what you're supposed to do, is fight back and fight through the play. Yell never plays the football, and that's why you got the PI.
Second down, 7.
Now on second down, Bo Levi Mitchell swings it for Mallet out of the backfield, and Martell Mallet doing it all for the Calgary Stampeders. Lost the football. It goes out of bounds at the 33-yard line. The Lions say they touched it last. As racing to the sidelines is Court Parks.
Yeah, Gordon, this goes zone coverage. Everybody's going back, dropping to their zones, and you'll see it. And then you have the back come out of the backfield. Bo Levi's not going to push it into coverage. He just dumps it down to Martell Mallet coming out of the backfield, lets his running back do what he does best, and that's run
Calgary
straight
fumbled
upfield.
the ball forward. Therefore, the ball will be brought back where it was fumbled. No one else touched the football. First
Well,
down,
hang on.
Calgary.
Did Dante Marsh touch that football on the way out? Watch Marsh, number
Watch
31.
his right hand, right there. I think it hits his back of his forearm, and he throws it. Actually, throws it, helps it.
BC's going to challenge this now. BC's going to challenge this. So Benavides, who's been unsuccessful in one challenge already tonight,
I think he's going to get this one if they see
going
it
to
the way he
challenge
do it, because it
the
does
possession here.
I believe you're absolutely correct there, Gord. Dante Marsh is in on the play. He's fending off the blocker, and the ball comes out, and he throws his right arm back, and I think he actually touches the ball with his right back of his forearm.
BC is challenging the ruling in the field. They believe that the ball was touched by one of their players before going out of bounds. The play will be reviewed.
Yeah, this should be BC ball.
Yeah, absolutely. Dante Marsh is showing you where it hit him. Khalif showing, everybody's talking about it. Yeah, we got it.
Everyone's playing that old game Operation.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
The elbow's connected to the forearm, and the forearm's connected to the hand. Therefore, it's
that's just knowing the rules. That's a heads-up play. Here's Dante. Watch him, 31, and watch his ball changes directions right there. That's a pretty easy see right there.
I'm not sure if it's his forearm or his rear end.
Well, I like the tackle there, and coming over, jarring the ball loose, head right on the football. Look at the tackle. I love that. And I believe that's Big Hill doing his thing, causing havoc. Martell.
And you saw the Lions react right away.
After review, the ball was touched by BC 31 prior to going out of bounds. BC was the last team to touch the football. Will be their football at the 29-yard line, first down.
So a successful challenge by Mike Benavides, who is now out of challenges.
Well, maybe that's what they need. A little, a bounce to go in their favor. And a bounce that they created. Big Hill forces a fumble. Dante Marsh heads up play, throws his arm back because he knows the rules. Last to touch before it goes out of bounds. Your possession.
First down line from the 29-yard line. Glenn swings it up. Ernest Jackson's got lots of room in front of him. And Keon Raymond takes his feet out, but not before Ernest Jackson has a gain of 12 yards and a BC first down.
Well, that looked like it's going to go for a lot more than that because he did have a lot of green in front of him. Watch Ernest come across the formation, and Glenn spots his ball on him beautifully. In stride, lets him continue to run with speed. And then Keon Raymond shows you his closing speed and makes a nice open field tackle.
Glenn fires it up to Courtney Taylor, gets away from Raymond, and Courtney Taylor cut down from behind by Keon Raymond. And Taylor.
That's a whole lot of nastiness right there. Keon Raymond and Juwan Simpson, one high and one low. ISO on Courtney Taylor showed you his great run and catch. He's going to try to give you more of that, but he gets undercut from behind right there by Keon Raymond. You'll see it right here. Good shot of it.
Courtney Taylor now, Matt, has 18 catches over the last 3 weeks.
Let's hope he's all right.
And now he is slow to get up as he gets to his knees, but that was a nasty collision right at midfield. We'll step away and return to Calgary after this. On TSN. Courtney Taylor being checked on the BC sidelines. The Lions with a first down right at midfield, down by 11 with the Winds at their back here in the third quarter.
Got to get something going now.
Kevin Glenn, known as a rhythm passer, has something rhythm going here in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. You're bang on. He's throwing the ball with more confidence here in the second half.
High snap. Glenn brings it down, swings it out for Arsenault. And right away, Josh Bell got into that. And a lot of work by Arsenault to get no gain.
You know, Rich Stubler, Calgary's defensive coordinator, coming over from BC. He was there for a number of years and mentored a lot of the players on both of these teams. He's got his defense dialed in. There's Rich right there. You know, he doesn't take motivation in playing the Lions. He just goes out there, he's laid back, and gets his guys in good position to make plays.
Now Glenn reverses his tracks. On the run, dives back again, and Charleston Hughes has been chasing him all night. Forces him out of bounds. It'll be no gain on the play. They'll give him a sack, I believe, as he lost about a foot. So Charleston Hughes will be credited with his 5th sack of the year. He's got a sack in every game this year.
And watch this guy. That's where he lines up. Just making it happen. Only bringing 3, dropping 9, out and around. Get on your motor. Get in a chase mode. He's probably yelling at him right there. You can hear it coming. You can feel it. You can feel the ground moving when they're chasing you. Not a good feeling.
Tumbling end over end punt, bounces down to Sanders again inside the 10-yard line. And Jason Araki got a hand on him to limit the return to 5. Martel Mallet with a big night on the ground, put a ball on the ground last time, but over 100 yards rushing already. And the night's not over yet.
Yeah, Gordon, I'm impressed with what Calgary's doing, controlling the line of scrimmage against a stout BC front. You know, you got Shane Bergman making his first start. He was 6th round, 48th pick overall in the 2013 draft, and he's holding his own in the interior, paving the way for Martel Mallet to rock up the yards.
Here comes the blitz. Bo Levi Mitchell has a man wide open. The pass is incomplete as he was looking for Anthony Parker. He was all alone up the right side.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't lay out for that. You know, he got an opportunity for a big play. And Anthony Parker, he's right there. And I thought that he might have felt free safety coming over the top. And that might have distracted him. Here he is. Here he is here. I'm sorry, he's right here. Watch him do his thing. And I think he feels the free safety come over the top late. They bite, and here comes a free, and then he might have been peeking there, and that's why he didn't lay out.
Now on 2nd down, Mitchell throws to Fuller, but Fuller gets nowhere as Dante Marsh makes the stop on him.
But I'm not going to put that on Anthony Parker. You know, I would like to see maybe him lay out there at the end, but that's on Bo. I think Bo knows that he would like to have that one back because he had those guys jumping on the quick hitch, and they had him sneak out. He was out there all by himself. It's a big play opportunity missed there, and Bo, I know, is killing him right now.
Might lead to an interesting discussion in the video room.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a touch throw, and he just missed on it. Happens to the best of them.
Logan, with a chance to give BC good field position, has the punt bounce to him at midfield. There'll be a 5 yards, no yard penalty coming up. And so the Lions will be able to scrimmage at the Calgary 50-yard line. There's 7.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. They're only down by 11, but the Lions are looking for a spark.
No yards. Calgary, 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
So Kevin Glenn has had great success as a Stampeder in the stadium, not so much as a visiting player. 9 interceptions to 4 touchdowns with Saskatchewan, Winnipeg, and Hamilton. A 10th interception thrown tonight. Return for a touchdown.
Believe me, that's in his head. He knows that. He may not admit it. He knows it. I know it's in his head. I've been there.
And here's Andrew Harris on the 1st down carry, and a huge collision there with Juwan Simpson.
That's Bell. That's Josh Bell. He just ran over the free safety for Stamps. Well, he's coming downhill, baby. Full head of steam. Get under his pad. Pow! Here it is again. Listen to it. Oh, it's a chin snapper. Oh, that's beautiful.
Hard-earned 7 yards on the play.
Low man wins.
And here's Harris on the 2nd down carry. Deion Raymond comes up along with Simpson. And they'll mark Harris.
That's tough sled.
They'll mark him right at the 40. exactly about 6 inches short of a BC first down.
You get 8 right up the middle, running right in their gut. And then the next 2 are coming tough with the Calgary Stampeders. #1 defense against the run.
Okay, so Kevin Glenn has trouble here. You had trouble at?
Exhibition Stadium. My first 6 years in the league, I never won there. It was like, and I knew it. And I tell you a funny story. I've never told this on national TV, and I don't know if I should, but I'm already there.
Go ahead.
I ate about 12 chocolate-covered espresso beans before the game. Because the offensive linemen were doing it, and I did it. And the first half, I swear to God, I didn't make a completion. I was throwing balls in the stands and overshooting receivers by 10, 15 yards, and I was trying anything over that exhibition, man. It was not good for me.
You were happy to see that stadium get torn down.
Thank God for the Sky Dome back in the day.
3rd and short as Partridge comes on. Lost the football. Partridge dives ahead of that play. Have a first down. Lynn J. Shell had a hand on him.
That is desperation. That's a oh no moment. And then you gotta think on your feet in a hurry. And it's, boy, it is sirens going off in your head here. You knowing you got to make something happen because that's all on you.
Just a question, Matt. How many chocolate-covered espresso beans did you have tonight?
No, I didn't have any.
Oh, good.
You kidding me? I just happened to be here. I love doing this. They don't let us out of the cage very often, Gord.
For good reason, Matt. First down, Lions at the Calgary 38. Arsenault was way offside. Glenn throws underneath for Harris. He's got lots of room to run, but this is going to come back. Andrew Harris down to the 11-yard line as Bell made the catch, but Manny Arsenault was well into the defensive backfield before the snap. And a 26-yard gain is going to come back.
And that's tough because you know you game plan for that in this situation. Right hash, 1st and 10, and you got the right play called, the right defense, and somebody's offsides and the execution's out the window.
Now, talking about it with the side judge, Chris Shapka. They've still marked the spot of Harris's forward progress. Here's the call from Andre Proulx.
Offside. BC number 87. Major foul. Unnecessary roughness. Horse collar tackle. Calgary number 11. From the previous line of scrimmage will go up 10 yards. An automatic first down for BC.
So there you go. The Lions get the first down out of his. Bell gets called for the horse collar tackle.
Yeah, at the tail end of that play when Harris is running hard, you'll see it right here. He's got to grab because Harris is going to the end zone. Guaranteed he's breaking that tackle. Josh Bell gets his hand up around there and pulls his jersey back. That's an easy call. So that play didn't work out that bad for the BC Lions.
First down at the Calgary 27-yard line. 5 to go in the 3rd quarter. Down 11. Direct snap to Harris. Flipping around for Gore. Sean Gore goes up and over. Had his legs cut out from under him.
Oh, my shins hurt just watching that, Gord.
Brandon Smith got low on him. A little misdirection play by the BC Lions. And Sean Gore, who has 2 rushes on the year coming in, takes a little flip on a direct snap.
Yeah, this is a nice play. You know, you talk about game plan, a little direct snap, a little reverse. Kevin Glenn's going to try to get a black on Micah Johnson. Not going to happen. And then he got Smith going low, making everybody's shins hurt in this. Oh! Man, that's a tough hit.
Gain of 9. Short yardage offense back on the field for BC. Another awkward snap. Flags are down as Partridge dives ahead. Looks like Calgary jumped there. And so the drive will continue for the BC Lions.
Micah Johnson getting into it. I think it's Juwan Simpson jumping off sides right over the top of
There's Kahari Jones, the offensive coordinator for BC.
Well, they need this drive. They need points on the board here. They need 7 to be in a big way. Take advantage of that fumble.
From the shotgun, Glenn looking to the end zone, incomplete. Courtney Taylor was the closest man to the football. So that was well over his head and will bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, Courtney's doing one thing and Kevin's doing another, and that's not a good sign. Courtney Taylor pushes hard. Wall's on the inside. He tries to move him. He gets jammed. He's coming underneath, kind of gives up on a route. I think Kevin's thinking he's going over the top. Wall has nothing to do with that. Stops in his tracks. INC, incompletion.
Second down. Here comes the rush. Playing under pressure. Throws underneath. It's incomplete. Teron Mayo gets a hand on that. It brings up third down for the Lions.
Yeah, well, Kevin, there's pressure coming. You can see it from all angles. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe you add 7 in here. They're coming with pressure. Kevin Glenn floats to his right, sees the receiver. Well, Valley was downfield, so I don't know if that would have counted anyways.
Now Paul McCallum with a 22-yard field goal attempt. Punches it through, and so the Lions, after a long drive, get back within 8. 3:14 to go in the third quarter. What a night for Martel Mallet. Here's Jermaine Franklin with more.
Gord, as you mentioned earlier, Martel Mallet's first game in 5 years, but he told me yesterday that this is full circle. His first professional game was with the BC Lions, and he played it against the Calgary Stampeders in the preseason. Fast forward 5 years later, his first professional game back. Now he's with the Stampeders playing against the BC Lions and obviously creating quite the impression once again.
Trying not to say this is a vengeance game for him against the team that cut him loose after that Rookie of the Year season, but there are still clearly some bad feelings about how that ended.
I don't think that's in him. I know that this is Mallet's first game action in 1,429 days. Yeah. That's a long time.
The kickoff taken by Jock Sanders at the 10-yard line. And streaking down the field for the BC Lions was Jamal Johnson to make the stop. So instead of taking the ball at the 35-yard line after the field goal, the Stampeders elect the kickoff return and will start instead at their own 17.
That kind of backfired. Everything's been working fine for the Stampeders special teams. Coming up roses, Mark Killam's teams have been special all year. That one didn't work out so well, but hey, you know, get back to Mallet. His last game touches was in Philadelphia playing for the Eagles. He had 6 carries and 16 yards in that game back September 2nd, 2010.
And here he comes again. Mallet puts his head down, gets across the 20-yard line. He did say yesterday that despite the knee and Achilles problems, he does feel like he's back to where he was 5 years ago.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of wear and tear on a 28-year-old back who's had a lot of touches. He only had 214 touches since then in the last 5 years, right? I love his nickname, too. What they used to call him in the BC Lions uniform, they called him Cognac because he's so smooth.
Oh, nice.
Love that.
Flags are down. They swing it up for Martel. Ran into a teammate, Joe West. He's going. And may have picked up a first down. There is a flag on the play as he gets to the 28-yard line.
Well, that wasn't smooth. That was more like a tequila shot. That was crazy. He's feeling the stinger on that one, too. I don't think he expected that.
And West is shaken up a little bit.
Well, yeah, he's got a little taste of what everybody else is.
BC number 96. That penalty's declined. First down.
So the first down will stand. West is making his way off the field, shaken up.
So is Martel Mallet. He's on the sidelines. That's crazy. Wicked collision.
Simone Charbonneau comes in for West. 1:45 to go in the third quarter. Another direct snap, this time by Calgary's Jock Sanders. And Sanders gets stacked up right away. Nothing doing there as Eric Taylor just swallowed him.
He did. Engulfed him. That's just crazy. That man is huge.
That may just be a T-shirt with his name and number on it.
I'm telling you, he's not wearing shoulder pads. And yeah, he's right in here. And watch him just slide. And look at him. He just slides, plays the man off of him, and gets free. And he's there for the cutback. That's recognition of what's happening in the backfield, knowing what the offensive lineman's trying to do and gain leverage, and playing through it and being there in the hole.
And that's it, play. Now Mitchell swings it out. And the pass caught by Anthony Parker. Another big collision along the sidelines. Yeah, as Cord Park stepped into him and a gain of 9.
Yeah, and you know, you can't beat him in one, put 2 on him. And see if that'll get the job done, and that's exactly what they do. They put 2 on him here. Here he is, little inside position, straight up over the nose, over the center. Now put 2 on him. Wilson and Jones getting after him. And that's what the guard centers are supposed to do, help each other out with big men like that.
First down, Calgary, the 39-yard line.
Good job, play.
Back to the ground to Martell.
Oh, I love how he just dips his nose in there.
That time, Taylor got the worst of the collision as Martell put his head down and bowled him over.
Yeah, but, you know, I really think that Eric's trying to he's taking this personally. What Martell Mallett's doing to this defense and how he's having his way. And he's trying to say, not on my watch. No more of this half. And watch him. Now he's just in the, it looks like he's in the one gap there, just to the right of the center. He pushes off, comes in the back door, along with Solomon Elimimian making the play.
116 yards rushing so far for Mallett. On second down, all kinds of time for Bo Levi Mitchell. Comes a couple times, finds Mallett, but this time he'll be short of a Calgary first down as Sol Elimimian makes the stop on the final play of the third quarter. So the Lions get 3 with the wind at their back in the third. Now down by 8 as we head to the fourth quarter on Wednesday. All right, football. Back to Calgary after this. Lions in the game, 188 total in the football game. The difference has been turnovers by both sides. Both teams have a defensive touchdown in the game. There have only been 2 offensive touchdowns scored thus far in the contest, which, Matt, you might expect in a game that features the top 2 defensive teams in the league.
Absolutely tough sledding. In fact, Bo Levi Mitchell over the last couple of weeks has been up against some tough defenses, and again he's facing one here tonight. Tough sledding for him, and certainly Kevin Glenn struggled in the first half. Put a drive together there late in the third quarter, making this a 1-possession game. Granted, it's a touchdown and a 2-point convert, which that could be another story in itself, but they're right in this football game, and it's really been about defense to this point and a struggle for any type of yardage game.
So the fourth quarter opens with a punt by Rob Martell. Taken by Stefan Logan, who beat the first wave, but not the second. He got buried there on the special teams tackle by Glenn Love. So on come Andrew Harris and the BC offense. A terrific drive there in the third quarter. Chewed up about 4.5 minutes on the clock. It resulted in a field goal instead of a touchdown.
Yeah, and you would like to, I know BC, certainly Kahari Jones, offensive coordinator for the Lions, would like to see them punch it in. And they've been pretty good in the red zone this year. And I know Kahari's just racking his brain, trying to find ways to move the ball against this Calgary defense, as has every other offensive coordinator in the league.
Now we'll start from the 19-yard line. Great catch there by Harris, off and running. Andrew Harris still going out across the 40. Up to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, Gord, I would just go through the whole game plan and just start checking off plays to get the ball in the hands of number 33 and just feeding the rock the rest of this quarter.
Gain of 25 yards on the play.
Because you have design plays, simple check down. That's just a simple check down route. Everybody runs their routes, and you just get the ball underneath in the zone coverage and let him do his thing. I'd like to see more of that.
First down, Glenn throws. He's got Arsenault. Arsenault beats Wall, and then gets pushed out of bounds by Keon Raymond, close to another first down for the Lions, a gain of 8.
Yeah, I've seen Kevin Glenn throw the ball with more confidence in the second half. First half, he looked, you know, he was making plays at times, but he was not on target. I think he settled down here in the second half to some degree, giving this Lions offense a bit of traction. I'm stretching here, but just a bit of traction against a very tough defense, best in the league.
Now 2nd and 2 for the Lions. Back to the ground to Harris. A first down and more. Andrew Harris, or check that, Stefan Logan on the carry with a first down into Calgary territory to the 49-yard line.
You know, Stefan's not very big. You know, he's probably 5'6", you know, 175 pounds. And he's so small, I don't think Calgary can see him. I mean, he's out here, and when he dips here, you lose sight of him. And he comes out on the other side.
His nickname is Joystick because he looks like a player in a video game, the way he moves from side to side.
Incredible. Will make you miss in a phone booth. That guy's phenomenal in space.
And now here's Harris back in. Big game for Andrew Harris. And he gets across the 35 down to the 34-yard line, and the Lions are on the march again. A 14-yard gain for Andrew Harris.
I tell you.
That's his 10th carry of the game.
I tell you, Josh Bell doesn't want, I mean, he's having a rough time. Watch Bell this whole way, you can't hear. He's going to come down, and he's going to be last man in on contact. And this is a collision here. Watch this. Wow! We already saw him take one under the chin earlier from the same guy, number 33, Andrew Harris.
Lions are 23-2 when Harris has 10 or more carries in his career. And here's another one as Harris comes jumping ahead, and Jamar Wall goes low on him.
Good idea. Low man wins, and we've seen it when you're not low on Andrew Harris these days. You're going to pay the price because he's running with some authority. Not a very big back, but certainly runs with a lot of authority, desire, and want to. Just refusing to be tackled. In fact, a couple weeks ago, and reigning MOP for the league, tweeted Harris, John Cornish did, and said refused to be tackled, and that's exactly what Andrew Harris has done.
Now on 2nd and long, Glenn screens it underneath. Harris has got lots of room to run. Andrew Harris inside the 10, still going, gets down to the 3-yard line. And Andrew Harris putting on a show, a 29-yard gain. It's 1st and goal, BC.
Feed him the rock. Kahari's just, he's eliminated everything else basically in the package. Yeah, I believe he's going to leak through here, and he's going to come underneath in space. And, yeah, he's going to come underneath. This man comes, he lets go. A man voids an area, you stick a man in that area, give him the football, good things will happen. That's a rule of thumb offensively, and Andrew Harris makes it come true.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line. Logan comes back in for BC. They toss in the football, and now Glenn looking to the end zone. It's knocked down. Diving across was Deron Mayo on a play fake to knock it down.
You can't make that throw. You got to chunk that out of the back of the end zone. You're not sure you can take points off the board here with this throw. It's a poor decision by Kevin. He's under duress. He got people in his face. That ball should have come the other way. We got away with one there. Hey, you know, sometimes you need a ball to bounce that way. He tried to force one in there. Didn't need to do it.
8th play of the drive that began at the BC 19-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 4. Here comes the rush. Yeah, throws underneath. Touchdown, Andrew Harris. And now with 9:59 to go, a chance for the Lions with a 2-point convert to tie the game or go for 1.
Same thing, same design. Just flip the script, go the other way, sneak him through. Man leaves an area. You put a man in the area, give it to him. Count it.
That's an 8-play, 91-yard drive, and the Lions leave their offense on, so they'll try to tie the game with a 2-point convert.
There's that story I was telling you about. big moment in this game with 10 minutes left. Jock Climby is killing himself back in the studio. He does not like this when you go for 2 points this early in the football game with 10 minutes left. I know he's livid.
Now Glenn looks to the goal line. The pass is incomplete. Gore was down there along with Jackson. And the Lions will trail by 2. An impressive march by the BC Lions. And they get 6 on a touchdown by Andrew Harris. Remaining undefeated team. A team that's won 15 of its last 16 regular season games at home. Schmidt with the kickoff down to Jock Sanders at the 15-yard line. And Sanders up to the 30. Big Hill came up to make the stop on him. So the Lions make an interesting decision with 10 to go in the fourth quarter. They go for 2, but the pass comes up short as Ernest Jackson had it for just a moment.
Yeah, we saw this play earlier. Now just flip the switch. These guys going to run their man off. You've got Keon Raymond coming here, and now you get a free safety supposed to get the back coming out of the backfield. He never does because he goes with Manny Arsenal, who's number 3, and crosses his face. Watch how this plays out. 2 wide receivers take their man off, slip the back out. Manny takes a free safety, walk in, touchdown.
2-point game. Boley Mitchell on first down gets flushed out. And now throws ahead. He's got guess who? Martell Mellett with the catch. And the stop is made by Josh Johnson, but a pickup of 15 yards and another Calgary first down.
Well, let's talk about riding a horse. They're riding this guy hard. Here he is right here, just coming out of your backfield. Seems like both defenses are giving the backs out of the backfield. We've seen Harris have success last drive. In fact, that was a Harris drive. And then here, Martell just sliding up the sidelines all by himself, picks up 15.
115 yards rushing, under 44 yards receiving for Martell Mellett tonight. And again on first down, here he comes again with a catch. This time with Sal Elamimian there on the coverage. That's a gain of 6.
Gord, those are matchups that happen all the time in training camp, throughout the season. Linebacker on back, you know, through passing drills, and you get better and you challenge each other. You run routes, you go through your pattern tree out of the backfield, and linebackers, usually it's a matchup you look for. You got a back that can run routes out of the backfield. That's a favorable matchup for an offense, and you've seen that quite a bit from both offenses, particularly here in the second half.
Second down, Mitchell's got a man, finds him, it's Marquay McDaniel. And McDaniel off and running as Court Parks finally wrestles him down at the 35-yard line. The gain is 25.
Yeah, this is Bo Levi Mitchell, arm strength in the offseason paying off, going through that work, just running straight up the field. A little seam route, and watch the shot that Bo Levi. Nice move inside. Great head fake. That's a beautiful route. Most receivers will love that. Here's your strong throw, showing you how hard work pays off. That's a dime. That's a missile on the money. Marquay with a sweet route.
Now the play fake to Mallet. And the throw to the other side to Joe West, who makes the catch. And West, who was shaken up earlier, gets a gain of 6.
All of a sudden, both offensive coordinators, Kahari Jones last drive, feeling it. Dave Dickinson this drive, feeling it. Just making magic happen offensively against the 2 toughest defenses in the league. Dickey getting it done, using all his weapons, and his young quarterback, Bo Levi Mitchell, just showing off on this drive.
So the Stampeders answering the BC Lion march with a drive of their own. Second down at the 29.
Looks like pressure.
Back to Martell Mallet. Gets driven back by Big Hill. He needed the 25-yard line. He stopped short of that. The question is, how much short?
That's a big stop. I think he's...
And looks as though he's going to be at least
A couple yards short.
2 yards short.
That is a huge stop for Mark Washington's defense. Mark Washington, first-year defensive coordinator, taking over Stubler. He's 7 years with the Lions as a coach. Got the chance to be the big guy on the defensive side of the ball. Done a nice job this year. Second-ranked defense in the league. That was a big stop for his crew.
Now Paradise from the 35-yard line. 4 for 4 last week against Edmonton. And punches that through. And so the Calgary Stampeders make it a 5-point lead with 5:58 to go in the fourth quarter. Andrew Harris has come to life in the second half. Now even late in the fourth quarter. Cheer on tonight. He's a healthy scratch on the sidelines, but they're hoping their Calgary Stampeders can go to 5-0 for the first time since 1995. Right now, the Lions have the ball. Here comes Andrew Harris again. He's coming midfield. He's gone. Flag comes down late. Andrew Harris inside the 10. Touchdown, BC. A 75-yard score, but what's the call? 2 flags are down. 1 at midfield. 1 in the Lions' backfield.
Now, well, he's on fire. This is going to be devastating. It's exactly what they needed. And they're going to get flagged, taking them back.
After yards were gained, holding BC number 85, a 10-yard penalty, first down.
Sean Gore called for holding. And that will move the Lions back to their own 40-yard line.
Right there, those two guys. That's Sean Gore and Keon Raymond. He's trying to get upfield. Yeah, he tugged him.
So at the end, it's a 15-yard gain for Harris. Then the penalty moves them back to the 40-yard line.
Gain of 5?
Yeah, well, the only problem with that is
they lost.
They were 70 yards the other way with the lead.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Great play call, great execution.
Now on first down, Glenn has time and throws. And the pass is caught by Courtney Taylor. There on the coverage is Brandon McDonald. It's a gain of 7.
Yeah, you know, some high percentage throws for Kevin Glenn in the last drive with Harris. Calgary would vacate a position, bring pressure, and then they'd slip Harris into that vacated area, and they had big success with it, and that really seems to have sparked this BC Lions offense, and Kevin Glenn has been throwing more authority in the second half. See if he can't continue to make it happen here with 4:45 left in the fourth.
Back to the ground to Harris, and second effort, he fights his way out to the 48-yard line, but he'll be short of a first down. Mike Benavides having a long look at the spot, but sends the punting unit back on the field.
Yeah, they're bringing pressure from all angles, coming from your left to right on your TV, and they're gonna try to get bodies in here and contain and not let Harris bounce. And they're going away from pressure. You can see it coming off the edge there. They do a nice job of rallying the football as you expect the #1 defense in the rush would do.
Markway McDaniel back deep to receive the kick from Ricky Schmidt, who's been kicking the laces off the football tonight. There's a low driving kick to McDaniel at the 15-yard line. And he does a good job to get up to the 30. And that's where the Calgary Stampeders will take over after a 47-yard punt and a 15-yard return.
Good football game. Big football game.
Well, those were the BC Lions, who allow the fewest passing yards per game in the league, need a stop from their defense.
Yep. And they got the players to do it. You know, the interior needs a big push now. And they really need to pressure Bo Levi, not let him sit in there and throw darts like he did last series. They need some pressure from the big boys in the middle. I'm talking about Khalif Mitchell and Eric Taylor. Let Bazzi and Kareem Smith come off the edge.
Now Mitchell with a pump fake. There it is. Passes over the head of Anthony Parker.
And that's pressure. That's pressure, Gord. They don't get to him, but they pressure him enough where he's got to throw the football. He can't set his feet, and he throws an errant pass because of it. That's pressure right up the middle. Watch these two guys. Watch them push up field, and then these guys are going to close, and Bo's got to slide here, and he's got to throw the ball before he's ready. And doesn't. And there's a good push. Push up the middle. Here they come around the edge. Bo Levi can't set his feet. Throws a little jump ball there. Not on target.
Second and long now for the Stampeders. Three-man rush. And the pressure coming. Mitchell throws. Martell makes the catch, but gets cut down at the sideline.
He's close.
Dante Marsh made the tackle and stopped Martell short. Mallet rather short of a first down, a gain of 8, and so the Calgary punting unit will come on the field.
Only 8? They're going to get a measurement?
Well, it's 3rd and a yard and a half.
If anything under a yard, you usually get a measurement automatically, particularly in this situation. Yeah, he's back more by his ankles is where he first landed. Not sure if he actually got touched. Now they're going to punt it away. Good call.
So Rob Maver in now.
Nice hit,
high kick.
Good punt.
There's Stefan Logan back at the 23-yard line. Logan up the sidelines, gets pushed out. And so the BC Lions will take over their 29-yard line, down by 5 with 2:36 to go in the fourth quarter. Andrew Harris of the Lions trying to hand the Calgary Stampeders their first loss of the season. The chance to move the ball up the field, down 5, need a touchdown with 2.5 to go. A slight win in the Lions' face. Kevin Glenn on first down. Quickly throws to Andrew Harris, and Harris, why not, busts out to the 38-yard line, close to a BC Lions first down.
Why not, Gord? Hey, I guarantee if you ask Kevin Glenn if he could have this situation with 2:20 left on the clock, down 5, and you're in a position to go the length of the football field with your offense, would you take it to give your ex-teammates the first loss of the season? I think he'd say, heck yeah.
Harris has 111 yards, total yards in this half. And now here's Courtney Taylor. First down up to the 45-yard line. Jamar Wall makes the stop. 9th catch of the game for Courtney Taylor. That's 20 catches for him in the last 3 weeks. And that, by the way, is another second down catch. The results of the BC first down. He's the league leader in second down catches for a first down.
That's productivity. He's been valuable to this team, looking for production. It's coming from Harris and Taylor big time. I imagine we see Manny Arsenault on this drive as well.
1:45 to go in the fourth quarter. 4-man rush. Play looking over the top. He's got a man wide open. Ernest Jackson's got the catch. And Jackson's off and running. Ernest Jackson, touchdown BC. And the Lions have the lead. A 65-yard score. Just like that.
That was so nice. Big time play. Kevin Glenn has time in the pocket, throws a strike. Looks like a break in coverage. Brandon Smith is down low. Ernest makes a miss, and it's a walk-in from there. Plenty of time left on the clock for Bo Levi Mitchell and the Calgary Stampeders to respond, but that's a huge play for the BC Lions offense. They've been struggling up until this fourth quarter.
First touchdown catch of the year for Ernest Jackson, who did not have a receiving touchdown last season. So now, the Lions have the offense back on the field to go for 2 again to try to make it a 3-point lead. Or do they? Benavides is having a look at Kevin Glenn, but the offense is staying on the field, so the Lions will go for 2 for the second time in the fourth quarter. under pressure, throws deep to the end zone, incomplete for Emmanuel Arsenault. Jamar Wall is there on the stop. It'll be a 1-point lead for the BC Lions with 1:32 to go in the fourth quarter.
And here's Jock Climby's beef with going for 2 with 10 minutes left in the ball game. You hit the single. That single would have given you a 2-point lead here, and the convert on this play would have given you a 3-point lead, and it just works out that way sometimes. So, case made for you, Jock, back in the studio, and I agree with you on that one. A 2-point convert attempt at 10 minutes to go in a ball game is tough, but I tell you here, this is solid. This is just a solid play.
Good job.
And it's a big-time play from an offense that needed it. He's all here by himself, and it's just a bust in the coverage. Watch Brandon Smith, your corner, your second man to the top in a Calgary uniform. He runs by him. No, he's supposed to be deep outside third, and he's not there. He's looking in the backfield. Ernest just runs right by him. Makes a move on the free safety. And it's to the house. It's a bust in the secondary. Guy peeking in the backfield. Brandon Smith got caught. Kevin Glenn says, thank you.
So Bell collides with Smith on the play. And now, here come the Stampeders from the 15-yard line. Jock Sanders brings it out across the 30. And with the win at their back, the Stampeders down by 1 have a chance to at least tie it.
There's a 2-point convert, and I thought they were going to run the same thing and run Harrison and flat, but no, they bring him underneath, but then you got 2 receivers running at it underneath each other. They try to go over the top. Ball's thrown too high for Manning. I really think the BC Lions got too tricky. They could have run the same play they had success with on the earlier touchdown drive when Harris was coming out of the backfield. Done the same thing and run him out there. I think they had the 2-point convert. That's second guessing, and that's bird's eye view. Talking there.
Stampeders have both timeouts. Bo Levi Mitchell throws it underneath. Brad Sinopoli with the catch. His first of the game gets up to the 41-yard line, and the game is 9.
Yeah, so setting it up, talking about the 2-point converts, both of them failed. If you take the 2 singles, the Lions have a 27-24 lead, and this is potentially a game-tying drive as opposed to a game-winning drive here for the Calgary Stampeders.
Jock Sanders gets wrapped up initially. Eric Taylor's in there along with Kareem Smith. And Cleef Mitchell's in there as well. So the gain of the play is marked at the 43 and a bit, which is where they needed to get for a first down. This will be very close to a Calgary first down.
Mark Washington defense says, hang on here. Not so fast.
It is a first down, Calgary. 1:10 to go in the fourth quarter. And this could be setting up for one of those kick-out play situations in the end zone. Should Calgary try a field goal? Oh, Levi Mitchell stands in and throws. He's got a man wide open. The catch is made by Joe West. And West is into BC territory at the 53-yard line.
Great protection. No pressure on Bo Levi. Slow developing play. West coming over from right to left. Look, he's going through all his progressions. He simply dumps it down as he's coming underneath the coverage. Joe's super fast, and he gets upfield in a hurry. I like the man in the hole right now, Rene Barrett is.
Okay, he's missed all 3 field goals he's tried this season from outside the 40. His longest of the year is 39 yards.
Yeah, they got 58 seconds to go. 53 yards, though. I'm thinking touchdown here.
Oh, Levi Mitchell, pump fake, looking over the top, and the pass is almost caught. As diving forward is Anthony Parker. Back on the coverage is Ryan Phillips. It falls incomplete.
Well, Ryan Phillips had that well covered, and I can't believe the ball came out of Bo Levi's hands. I think he predetermined that play and just wishing it was there. That was dangerous. I believe he's right here. That is Anthony Parker, AP. I played with his father in BC. He's running a little. Boy, Ryan Phillips doesn't bite on that. He just misplays a pick opportunity.
Now 2nd and 10. Mitchell fires underneath. The pass is caught. Ball comes loose. The Lions say they have it. Pass was caught by Parker. Check that West. And The Lions have it.
Torrey Williams comes up with a first-year play from Purdue. That's a huge play from Mark Washington's defense.
And Anthony Parker loses the football. And the BC Lions get it back with 44 seconds to go.
Ronnie Yale comes in with an initial tackle, forces the fumble. Torrey Williams, who they actually love on the football field, he's in there at free at this point. Comes up with a play, big time.
Third turnover of the game by the Calgary Stampeders. The Lions in 3 wins will be +7 in the takeaway giveaway department. In 3 losses, -8. And here is Andrew Harris to put a bow on it for his team. And Kevin Glenn, who has never won in this stadium as a visiting quarterback,
Timeout.
is about to be part of the
Calgary.
BC team and will hand the Stampeders their first loss of the season.
No lead is safe. There's 39 seconds left. I'm not going to say anything, but boy, he's pretty close at this point to making that happen.
Timeout called by Calgary. The Stampeders still have another one.
This is just guys just making plays happen. You see Dogie coming over here too, coming in late. Then you see Torrey Williams coming up with the fumble recovery after Ronnie Yale forced the ball out of young Anthony Parker's hands.
Make a good point, Matt. No time to go, and again, Calgary does have another timeout remaining.
Gonna stop here. Use it.
Here's the toss to Harris. And Juwan Simpson got in there quickly to help make the stop there, along with Deron Mayo. It's a loss of 2. Brings up 3rd down. And the Lions will have to punt.
Yeah, call a timeout here. Don't let him take 20 seconds off the clock. Get yourself 14. Call a timeout here. Oh, I can't believe they're not calling a timeout.
Clock
there.
is running.
I don't get that. I don't get that.
Here's Schmidt. Great kick. Daniel takes it to the 15-yard line. Stacked up just outside the 20. 4 seconds remaining. And the Stampeders will have a chance for a Hail Mary try. It's a 50-yard punt by Schmidt.
Well, evidently, they don't have a timeout. Can't carry it into the last 3 minutes. Flag on the play.
And too many in the huddle for Calgary. So the Stampeders did not have a timeout
Illegal
to use.
substitution. Calgary at 13 men in the formation. This is a 10-yard penalty. First down.
That's the new CFL rule this year on timeouts. You can only use 1 in the last 3 minutes.
We're not to be denied. We ain't done yet.
So here you go, 4 seconds. The ball at the 12. Mitchell throws over the middle, and look out. Huge hit by Big Hill as he hammered Simone Charbonneau at the final whistle. And Kevin Glenn, the former Stampeder, gets his first ever win as a visiting quarterback at McMahon Stadium. And the Lions hand the Calgary Stampeders their